Hello everybody and welcome back to Farming Sims 25. So this is my first video recorded in 2025. Happy New Year to everybody. And yeah, we're going to be just continuing from where we left off. But of course, always with the goal of doing more things, better things, and more interesting things. But of course, there are still a few things that we need to finish off, such as clearing the forest, because we're trying to make a new field where the forest currently stands, and I have already planted the new forest. So, well, not the new forest in England, just a new forest. And of course we're still trying to reach the goal of finishing the temple, which is always a never-ending job. But hopefully one day, hopefully by episode 200, we will actually finish it. That is the plan. So just to basically prevent serious repetition, I have just loaded up the trailer once again with trees from the forest, but we have not cleared all the trees. I'm not just going to do everything off camera. I just think it's a good idea to do some off camera, because otherwise it does just take too long and it's just an entire episode, in fact several episodes, just felling trees. You can see the line which we're going to go up to, the trees marked with a green cross. That is where we're going to go up to. So all these trees on this side will go. This area here will be cultivated and we will turn it into an arable field. And then we've got our plantation just down here. Of course, we do need to remove the stumps. Oh, crikey, my dolly for the trailer has spun round. I've been reliably informed that the big stumps, like the super big ones, which the stump grinder can't grind, can be done with a mulcher. Apparently it can be done with a mulcher. So we're going to have to get a mulcher, I think, to get rid of the mega stumps, like that one just over there. There's two really big ones. And hopefully that will get rid of those. But that is not an urgent job. We do not need to do that today. And all the other stumps we should be able to get rid of with the skid steer. So that should be fine. Anyway, I will see you over at the sawmill. Oh crikey. One of my trees has got stuck. It wants to be a subsoiler. That's not good. Okay, well I've just checked upon the temple and I have discovered that it's currently processing 6,000 litres of wooden beams and 6,000 litres of roof tiles. It has all the roof tiles it needs, but it does not have all the wooden beams, but we do have them here. So anyway, we've got 15,901 litres already in the sawmill. We now have 41,338, and for some reason this one didn't go. What's up with you? Probably just outside the trigger. There we go, 42,625. Brilliant, so we'll have more to come very soon. Now, I have not ignored the comments about the dairy. Many people would like the dairy to be moved because it's sort of stuck in a corner and it feels a bit weird. It doesn't bother me personally, although, yes, it would make it easier if it was further out. And yes, obviously it's upsetting quite a few people, so I will get it moved. What we're going to have to do is we're going to have to run it dry so that we can delete it. Otherwise we're going to lose milk, and that's very expensive because we're turning that into mozzarella. But yeah, the dairy, this one here, we do still have 1,000 litres of buffalo milk processing, so we have to finish that first. I won't top it up again. And then once it's empty, we can sell any mozzarella, and then we can just delete it and replace it. But anyway, what do we have? Do we have 6 pallets? No, we do not have 6 pallets of beams, but we should do soon. So that's good. I think for the time being, well actually, for the time being I will just load this up. It's actually annoying because currently we don't have any beams at all at the temple. And if we just move on to March, it's going to waste all that time. So it's going to have a delivery. We're going to have to deliver what is here first. So I'll get it loaded up, we'll go to the temple, as we always do, and then we're going to check out a few other things over at the farm, and then we'll have to come back here and do another load. Now, another change that I have made is to do with selling of our produce. Many people have said, oh, you just sell most of your produce whenever anyway, so you might as well just keep it set permanently to selling, and then we don't have to transport any of the boxes, the crates. So that's what I've done. Everything is set to selling except for the dairy and the oil productions. But there we go, that's £83,000 for those. And actually, if I speed up time and go 2 minutes into the future, we should get a payment for all of our produce. So let's just have a look at this. There we go, it's just shot up to 98,000. So that's very good. Right, so I'm just going to go back to the farm. I'm going to teleport because I don't know exactly what we are doing in the fields today. Because it is February, and basically it needs to be March. It needs to be March before we can do anything. But yeah, I think we do need to go into March. And that'll allow me to empty the dairy as well. So providing everybody is happy, which they are, even the horses have food. Yeah, we'll just do a quick feed mix for the water buffalo, and then we will move on. Yeah, we'll move on to March, because then we can get into the fields and we can start to do field work, which is of course my favourite job anyway. That is my favourite part of farming simulator. I do prefer arable overall, but the water buffalo are certainly good money makers. Oh yeah, also the eggs and the raisins and milk and all that sort of stuff, those are not automatically selling. It's just the greenhouse products and the preserved food production products. So as the Massey Ferguson is currently over at the temple, I'm going to have to use this tractor for the feed mix. That's absolutely fine though, it's a very powerful tractor. Although I wouldn't be surprised if it still finds it a little bit tricky to tow when it's full. Because this thing is really difficult to move, it's surprising. When it is fully loaded, it seems extremely heavy, but it is big. Right, so if you've missed a few episodes, then there's been quite a change. We now have two massive sheds. These are British sheds, the link is down below if you want to download them for yourself. They are brilliant, they're absolutely wonderful. So well worth getting them if you're lacking storage. They're also not that expensive in the game. Obviously they're free, they're on mod hub, they're free. But in the game they're not that expensive. Oh, they're not cheap, but they're not that expensive. If you know what I mean. Basically, what I'm trying to get at here is, compared to a constructible, they're a bargain. Because the constructibles take forever. And yeah, with the material costs, they are extravagant. There you go, water buffalo, and no doubt once we have rested, they're going to need the rest of it putting into their trough, because it won't take it all right now, but overnight they'll consume so much that it'll probably take the rest in the morning. So here we go, bouncy bouncy. Good to see that we have, I think, over 4,000 litres of water buffalo milk. When we do transfer that to the dairy, eventually, that is going to produce lots and lots of mozzarella, which is a massive, massive money maker for us. Okay, hello Walter. Happy New Year to Walter as well. Let's go through to about 9:30. Yes, if we do have lots of fields to drill, then we do need quite a long day. But at the same time, we could just set the time to real time, and that would give us quite a long time to do everything. So I'm not really too worried about never having enough time anymore. That should never be an issue. Right, so we've got £100,000. Oh, yes, I'm still leasing the JCB. I think probably the JCB wheel loader, or we'll probably get a Volvo when we have the money. So we'll get that when we have the money, and then after that we're going to have to get the cement factory, as previously agreed. No capacity, good grief. Oh, it's just been taking it overnight, fair enough. So yes, I think really we do need to get the we need to get the Massey Ferguson back, because that is my main drilling factor. But what a beautiful day. What a beautiful day it is. And I'm sure we're going to be able to get quite a few crops in the ground, because at the moment it looks so ugly. The fields look hideous because it's all just stubble from last year. As you can see, it looks really, really awful. And the new field hasn't even been drilled yet. It's creating an interesting shape, a bit like an upside down leg and a foot. Don't know what this is. Some kind of weird growth. But still, yes, let's get into the calendar. And oh, good grief, what's happened? It seems it's the planting season, harvesting season for everything. Ah, I'm an oaf. That's the reason. I have paused it. And I know that some people said, don't forget to unpause it. Thank you, those people. Yes, we have seasonal growth. So there we go. That would explain that one. So we can do, well, March is a bit early, but we can do some things. Let's have a look here. Oats. Peas, if we want. We could do peas, but we'd have to just do it on a big scale, like every field, because otherwise it's not worth the rental on the harvester. Same with the spinach. Maybe we should do peas, actually. Peas and sunflowers, that would be interesting. Yeah, that would be interesting. And of course, rice. We will always have rice. So just so that we're not missing out, let me check out the temple. Okay, so it's still processing the roof plates, and it's still processing the wooden beams, but it doesn't have enough wooden beams. Again, because we've just rested, there should be more wooden beams back over at the sawmill. So, very quickly, off camera, I'm going to go and load everything up, and I'll see you back here with all that we've got. Oh, good grief, what have I created? So much for my jump cut. What have I produced? But yeah, a decent amount. And here it all is. I've just checked the dairy and it has finished processing the milk. So we can set that to selling. That was good. Another 83,000 seems to be our usual price. Yeah, we can set the buffalo mozzarella to selling. It must have just spawned a pallet as well. So we'll go and get that shifted. We'll get this taken back to the farm and then we can get the dairy moved. And yes, it's not going to cost us anything. Many people were discussing this in the comment section. And I think the general consensus was we should just move it and then correct the bank account balance, because why not? Well, there's no point setting ourselves back unnecessarily. I don't think it's cheating, and if you do think it's cheating, then, well, it's only a game. I usually just try and go with the most fun approach. I don't think it's worth trying to make it unnecessarily difficult. Okay, right, so here we are. We have returned. Now, where's Skiddy? Here's Skiddy. Hello, Skiddy. So Skiddy has just loaded about 2 egg pallets. What a clever thing it is. Let's get over here and let's hopefully move a mozzarella pallet. I'm just guessing that there is a mozzarella pallet because I think it was 400 litres full before. Now it's 200 and something, so it must have spawned one. Yeah, the thing is though, oh my goodness, we got 4. I wasn't expecting that. Yeah, where do we actually move it to? Maybe we should move it way out into the other yard. Maybe we could put a storage shed in here. We could put a storage shed in here. We could put another one like that in here if we really wanted to. There are several different options. But yeah, I think the excess, which is currently in storage, will not sell until 10. I'm just going to get these shifted out the trigger just in case it sells them. I don't think it will though. Pretty sure it doesn't sell what's in the trigger. In fact, I'm 99% sure it doesn't. We'll go and put this over here. Probably close to the raisins, because they'll be selling at a similar time. So those 2. Yeah, this is a good place, I think, for another storage shed if we need one. I guess we could have one just for pallets. If we were wanting to store them until the price is really good. If we suddenly get a huge influx of pallets, we could just keep them in a shed. Of course we could keep some machinery in there too. I don't think we'd ever be able to fill one of these massive British grain stores with production pallets. That could have gone better. Anyway, I'll increase the rate of time. 10 o'clock should see some money come in. It probably won't tell us how much, it will just go up. So if we keep watching, it's 184,193, and there we go. 188,869. So that's very nice. Right, back to real time, half real time. That's good, and there's some serious money here. In fact, if we sell these at the best time, over £100,000 just in these 4 pallets. Kind of crazy. Right, Skiddy, you can stay here. It is time for us to get it sold. So we'll just make a note of our money. And here we go. So, sell that. We'll just What should we do? Should we just probably level it? Oh, we can't. Why can't we? Must be outside of our boundary or something. I don't know. Will softening work? Softening works. That's weird. Okay, so that's done. And I do think that over here, if I can get it to look good, maybe I can't, but if I can get it to look good, then over here is probably the best place. So dairy, there it is again. It's not very big, so it would fit anywhere, really. Maybe. Do we need to be on that side? Oh, we do. Maybe, I don't know. We've actually got to the stage now where we've got so much land that I don't know what to do with it. There's too many options. If I do free mode, that might help. Should we just put it here? We should just put it here. Okay. It also means we can now transfer the milk, but I am very conscious of the fact that I want to get cracking with doing the peas. But I want to get a direct planter, so we don't have to cultivate first. Although, there is definitely something to be said for getting Black Sheep Modding's subsoiler, because that would act as a plough, and that would probably help with weed suppression. Although this year I think we're probably just going to go straight in with a direct planter. So, because we have the brilliant, absolutely brilliant hoe, which works fantastically. It's really fast as well. But yeah, that looks good. I'm quite happy with that. And it still gives us plenty of space to manoeuvre, to reverse trailers and stuff into here. Maybe it's not the best place ever, but it's good enough. Yeah, it's a lot of space. Loads of space. So yeah, well, I know somebody will argue and say, you should just get it filled up. Yeah, okay, we'll get it filled up. I can see the point there. It would be silly not to. And actually, we should invest in a smaller tanker again as well as this one. This is good for water, but it's a bit big for milk. No doubt it's full of water. Indeed. But there's a likely chance that the greenhouses between them all will take all this. Right, so the bank account has been corrected. That almost used all the water, good grief. And it's fine, we can put it into the trough for the Angus cows. And yeah, it's all looking good. Everything's looking good. So we're going to be on track to rent a planter, a direct planter. And actually another thing which is on my shopping list is a lorry. We want to get a lorry for this trailer because it's so much easier to reverse than the dolly. So there we go, that's the water deposited. Now I just do my very tight turn. Hopefully we're going to hit the trigger. There we go. 6,405 litres. If I don't accidentally roll out of the trigger. Wow, that's going to be so good. And this is on top of the 4 pallets that we already have. Wow. Exciting times. I think it looks good. I think it's in a good position. It's easy to get to. Easy to move pallets again afterwards. Fantastic. So I need to make sure it's actually activated, which it probably isn't. Buffalo mozzarella, activate. Definitely keep it as storing. It's all good. Okay, it's time to direct plant. So here is a plant. I've actually just rented this and then realised that they were green beans. They're green beans, not peas. So I've returned it again. And yeah, as it turns out, we don't even need a planter. We can just go straight in with a seed drill, which we have. We do have a seed drill. So this means that I could just use the bednar. Yep, there's peas. And I was going to do sunflowers, but that is done with a planter. So yeah, what do we upgrade? Should we upgrade? 6 meters, 6 meters. That's not a direct planter. That one is 8 meters. See, not much bigger. Not much bigger, really. 9 meters. That requires a fair chunk of power, but we do have the power for it. I don't know. 9 meters over 6 meters. 3 meters wider. It's pretty good. It is quite expensive though at the same time. Yeah, well, enough of me just faffing about. Oh, that's pretty good, but it doesn't dire a drill. Okay, let's go and get the seed drill. Here it is, inside our shed. So we'll open up the door. Yeah, the money's gone down because I've bought seed, and I did buy some liquid fertilizer because I was thinking that the planter was going to be needed, and the planter takes liquid fertilizer. But it's fine, we'll still put it into our sprayer. Oh, and something you can't really miss, I also put twins on this, but now I can't get in the barn. I didn't really think of that. Oh, I can. We're okay. So, yeah, sort of set up ready for that massive planter, but it's not going to happen. Not yet, anyway. Probably next year. So, oh crikey, yeah. Let's go and refill. As I said, I've bought the seed. We'll have to go and get some granular fertilizer. Granular fertilizer ordered, and as you can see, I was ready to go with the liquid fertilizer, but not to worry. It will always get used. Right, so please be in range. Good. We want to fully load. That's the seed, and here is the fertilizer just over here. It's our own drill, so it doesn't matter if it's best that we fill it up to the top. Although you can empty them, even if it was rented. So there we go. Yeah, you can't put the covers down if you fold it up, which is interesting. I guess it's just access. We'll get it set to peas. Very peased about that. And we're ready. We're finally ready. It only took me about an hour to get to this stage. This is the problem, you see. I take a week break, which is what I had. I backlogged the videos, and I just forget how to play. Forget how to play the game. It's unbelievable. It's like starting all over again. And I've only been playing this game, well, the series, since 2009. Yep, January 2009 was the first time I played. Actually, I think it was actually 2008. I think it was New Year's Eve 2008 that I played the demo. I think, yes, so it was a demo for 2008, FS 2008. You could do two different things. You could harvest a very small wheat field with a Fendt combine, or you could move, was it rocks or was it logs from a road? You had to clear either rocks or logs from a road with the blade, with the dozer blade. And yeah, I played that demo over and over again. Until, of course, I bought the game. But I was very poor. I didn't have any money. So, well, I say I didn't have any money. I had very little disposable income. Main reason why I say that is because I was how old? 14? Probably 14. Anyway. Yeah, I was still at school. Right. So, this can be one of our pea fields. We're going to do loads. Wonderful. It does look kind of weird with the jewels, the twin wheels all round. As I said, it was because I was anticipating on going for the really big planter. It's not too bad. I wonder if GPS is going to be worthwhile. No, I must have connected two fields together, so it's not detecting GPS. I'll have to figure out exactly where that is. But anyway, let's get cracking, finally. Now I've seen quite a few people actually suggesting turning this entire area, this entire farm, into a livestock only farm. So all these fields would be grass, and then we can bale this, or we could get a silage pit and we could do silage, and then we could buy the other farm out in the open, way over there, and we could get all the land around there and have that as the arable, because that would be totally flat and much easier to drill and combine. So that is definitely a consideration. Yeah, we could turn all this into grass and then expand elsewhere. I don't really know what to do for the best, to be honest. I think we'll just wait and see what happens. There's a natural flow to this series. It just seems to be evolving all the time, so we'll just see whatever feels right at the time. But it's good to see now that we do have a bigger olive grove. I have fixed the GPS. Thanks to that, I think it was detecting. Well, I think basically this field was connected to the olive grove again, so that's what was stopping it. But that is all done, and for the first time ever, actually, we now have a proper straight line down that side next to the olive grove. It was all a bit weird before. Looked a bit, well, unfinished, because it was unfinished. But we're pretty much done here, and then we'll have a lovely field of peas. I think I probably will do the other fields with peas. We should have enough wheat in storage for the chickens, hopefully, to last 2 years. If we don't, I would do a field of wheat or barley. We're looking here. Wheat. We've got 15,000 litres. Okay, that might be pushing it. Okay, well, we'll probably do... Oh, I don't know, actually. I don't know. Maybe I did the big field over there as wheat, and then that one over there is peas. Because I know the pea harvest of the pea viner is a bit slow and expensive, so we probably shouldn't do too much, even though I'm doing quite a bit. Diesel! We need diesel! We're almost out. Right, well that's that done. For the first time ever, this hillside has been drilled. Yes, I think it probably would be best as grass, but we're certainly going to be doing an arable crop this year. And I'm fully aware of the bits that I've missed. I am going to go and get them because it does look a bit weird. Except for that bit there, which I know is not cultivated, so I can't do that. Or not ploughed, I should say. Okay, right, so heading down here first of all, we've got this strip. It's just because it came out of the alignment of the GPS. A very faint line just there. And then we've got a big piece over there, and we've got the piece at the top. I think the piece where the trailer is, I'm going to leave, because we do need that space anyway. It's already tight enough as it is, so we don't want to be putting the trailer into the drilled crop. There we go. And the bit at the top, done. Well, done for now. We're going to be continuing with this next time. There shouldn't be that much more to do, because I'm thinking the field over there we can do with the worker. I would do this field here. But to finish off, let's just appreciate what has just been done. Because, yeah, this looked so unfinished and messy before. And we actually do now have a decent looking field. It'll look even better when it germinates, but really, this whole plot is done. I have no more modifications to make. We've got the goats down here. We've just got a nice dividing line of trees for shade for the goats and just to make it look nice. We've got our grapes, the olives, and the pea field, all of which is, I think, on one plot. This is crazy. Yeah, it is. It's all on plot 33. Oh, and 29. Yeah. Okay, 2 plots. But no, still amazing to think we've got that and the eggs, chickens on here. Now that is one productive area of land. That is brilliant. Okay, well thank you so much for watching, everybody. I do hope you've enjoyed this episode. I will be back tomorrow, and yes, I'm now back into the swing of things. I know exactly what I'm doing. Whew, right. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you again very soon. Bye for now.